So I guess a question that would come up is, what has 3 years of van life taught me? It's a hard one really, because it's hard to sort of say whether it's actually van life and the situation of van life that has made me think the way I do, or whether it's the particular predicament that we find ourselves in. So it's a tough one to answer, I guess. You know, there were a few times during the winter of 2020, which was quite a rough one, going into 21, and then going through the third lockdown and then coming out of that and everything. There were numerous occasions where I nearly just gave up totally. But I'm still here now to tell the tale. And I guess I want to use this vlog as a reflective look back at all the good things that have happened, because there have been some amazing good things. And to then look at the things that have gone wrong as well. And I don't know whether it's an equal split between what's good and what's bad. And as I've said in previous videos, I'm a pessimist at heart. And I think van life has, and most certainly in this last 3 years, has kind of opened the door on my life to some extent, and made me look quite hard at myself and the decisions that I've made in the past, and regrets, I guess, have come to the forefront a lot. And as much as I want this to be sort of like a positive, reflective look back, I think it's important to take into account that there are a lot of shit things about van life. It's not all sort of beautiful bikini bare asses looking out to the back doors of a beach or beautiful vista. It's not all brilliant being chummy with new pals and making new friends, and it's the complete opposite to that on so many fronts. And I think when you're a single man like myself, of a particular age as well, the living on the road is alone, and the loneliness of being in a van is heightened to a greater degree as well, which does make it very, very difficult. So I want this vlog to look back at the 3 years, the building a van, the moving into a van, the finding park-ups, the looking for new park-ups, the venturing out and going to find places to stay, the opportunity to finally realise one of my bucket lists of seeing the Tour de France in France, and having that little road trip with my children and experiencing that. The meeting the new community, they're going to meetups, having an opportunity to sort of come out of my shell and to experience something which is very alien to me, and but being able to sort of make new friends, meet new people, and have a passion and share a common interest in van life with other folk. The tribulations of finding park-ups, the living in lay-bys, the shenanigans that go on in lay-bys nightly. And I guess looking at all of the amendments to the van, the dealing with problems on the road, the new build projects and various bits and pieces, amendments and changes to make life a bit more comfortable. And then I guess really like a true look at what it's done to me personally, how it's affected my life, and how maybe it's brought to the forefront something that I've kept buried for some time, and maybe van life is not the most perfect thing for my state of mind and the things that anxiety and sort of panic attacks, etc., that kind of come more to the forefront by living this life in a box on wheels. I suppose one thing comes to mind is that it has shown me that there is a stubbornness and a resilience in me to be able to live like this. So I guess it's probably taught me and shown me that there's a strength that I have in order to live this way. Because I'm going to put it out there for anybody that's contemplating van life. There's a simple answer. Don't. Honestly, don't do it. I know in the past I've kind of said, oh, you know, try this and everything, but under the present climate that we are facing and the future, etc., I don't think it's an option worth thinking about, to be honest with you. And I don't mean to sort of burst everybody's bubble and dash all hopes, because at the end of the day, you know, you do what you want to do. But speaking from my own experience, the last 3 years has been really tough. And there's been some nice moments, and there's been some memorable moments and things that I can take positives out of, but from a point of view in terms of what it's truly done to my mental state and the way I think, etc., hasn't necessarily been a positive thing. The van life in the UK is shit. Period. It is so difficult. And everything about this last year and a half and people's attitudes, how they've changed and how we've seen and people have kind of almost shown their true colours, really reflects on the way people view the lifestyle that we live, and it's not a good one. It's not positive. And I don't think it's going to get any better. It's just going to get steadily worse. So my thinking is, given the opportunity to do this again, if I was starting out again, knowing what I know, I don't think I would do it. But now I'm in it, 3 years down the line, I do want out. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't say there was an exit strategy, but this was never meant to be a permanent way of life. This was a stopgap. It's just that the stopgap is taking longer than I anticipated. And 3 years in, I'm only now at a point where the whole point of doing van life and the reason, which is essentially to save money for a deposit for a house, that's the whole point of it, or a deposit for something that I can call a home. And I'm only at the point now where I'm actually being able to save the money. So if somebody said to me 3 years ago, do you know what, Rob, van life is a brilliant way of saving money, etc., etc. However, you won't be able to start saving your money until you've done it for at least 3 years, I would have been like, fuck off, I'm not doing it then. Period. Because where I'm at now, thinking that I've got however many more years to try and save, it's quite daunting. But I have the experience behind me, so I know I can do it. But it's just tiring. And there's a side where you just think, really, can I be bothered to do this anymore and live this way?
I'm falling asleep, head on the pillow, drifting away out of the day. I'll go on my own into tomorrow at my own pace, escape from the race, days on the track. I run round in circles, chasing the hair. But at night time I am safe in my lair. When I'm asleep, I'm falling asleep into the labyrinth that my
let's see what I've learnt and see what I've taken from this 3 years thus far, and whether or not I can continue in the same vein and continue doing what I'm doing at present.